The rain poured relentlessly, drumming against the cracked window pane of a small apartment in the heart of Chicago. Inside, Elena Martinez sat on the edge of a worn-out couch, her fingers gripping a faded photograph of her mother. The image was old, the corners curled with time, but the memory was sharp. Her mother's warm smile, the strength in her eyes, the quiet resilience that had kept them afloat when the world seemed determined to drown them. Elena had grown up knowing struggle intimately. Her father left when she was 4, leaving her mother, Rosa, to raise 3 children alone. Rosa worked double shifts at a textile factory, her hands rough from years of sewing, her back aching from endless hours at the machine. Yet, she never complained. She carried her burdens with a quiet dignity that Elena admired, a strength that whispered, "We don't break. We endure." By the time Elena was 16, she had learned that life didn't hand out miracles. She worked after school at a diner, scraping together tips to help with rent. She studied late into the night, determined to escape the cycle of poverty that had gripped her family for generations. But life had a cruel way of testing resolve. One night, as Elena walked home from work, she heard the screech of tires. A black sedan sped around the corner, and then, gunfire. Chaos erupted as people screamed and ducked for cover. Elena felt a searing pain in her side and collapsed onto the pavement. The world blurred, sirens wailing in the distance as her mother's face flashed in her mind. She woke up in a hospital bed, pain radiating through her body. A stray bullet had torn through her ribcage, narrowly missing her lung. The doctors told her she was lucky to be alive. But luck felt like a bitter joke when she realized how much recovery would cost. Rosa took more shifts. Bills piled up. The weight of their circumstances pressed down on Elena like a vice. She wanted to help, but her body refused. The once fiery girl who dreamed of a better future now lay in bed, drowning in frustration. Then came the darkest moment. A college rejection letter. Elena had worked tirelessly, earning near-perfect grades, pouring every ounce of herself into school. But her injuries had forced her to miss exams, and universities didn't wait for broken girls to heal. The night she received the letter, she sat alone in the dim glow of the kitchen light. Tears burned her cheeks as she clenched her fists. She thought of her mother, of the sacrifices, of the dreams slipping through her fingers. It would have been easy to give up. But Rosa wouldn't let her. "You are not your pain," her mother said, gripping Elena's hands tightly. "You are more than this moment. You are more than what they see." Those words ignited something inside Elena. She decided that if the world wouldn't open a door, she would build her own. Slowly, painfully, she regained her strength. She learned to walk without wincing, to push through the pain. She applied to community college, refusing to let rejection define her. She studied harder, took extra courses, and found a mentor who saw the fire in her that adversity had tried to snuff out. By the time she turned 20, she had transferred to a top university on a scholarship. By 23, she graduated with honors. By 25, she was standing on a stage, delivering a speech about resilience to a crowd of young women who saw their own struggles reflected in her journey. She built a foundation for underprivileged youth, creating scholarships for those who, like her, had been told no too many times. She became the voice she once needed, the beacon for others lost in the darkness of their own battles. Elena Martinez was no longer just a girl from a broken home. She was proof that pain was not an ending, but a beginning. She had turned her pain into power. And the world had no choice but to listen.